The Cheltenham Festival is one of the biggest horse racing events in the UK, with many punters looking for Cheltenham tips, where to find Cheltenham Festival bankers, and the best ways to win money on the 28 betting events. The famous Cheltenham Festival gets the horse racing fans excited to see the top-rated National Hunt horses compete on the highest stage. With so many races taking place across the 4-day period though, choosing the right horse to back can be tricky. That's why we created this Cheltenham Races betting guide. So let's get into it. So the first tip we'd recommend is to take into account previous Cheltenham form. Cheltenham is one of those racing venues where some horses and jockeys really tend to perform well at, and oftentimes this form remains consistent each time they compete here. That's why we'd always recommend looking into who's famously succeeded at this festival prior to placing any bets. Tip 2 is to ensure you don't blindly back the favourite. At race events of this calibre, bookies may choose their favourite based off current form of the horse or jockey. However, those wins may have previously been against easy opposition, not taking into account the challenges that Cheltenham's competition can encounter. This is why it's worth looking into the background of the horse and the jockey to see if the odds stack up against their true form. Tip 3 is that in competitive handicap races, try not to solely study the best form guides, as previous form could mean the racehorse is within the handicapper's grip. The official rating of the horse is so important to consider, as this can determine whether the selection has anything in hand to potentially win a handicap race. The highest official rated horse in the handicap races will have to carry top weight, and although it may have the best form on paper, you need to predict a selection who might have more improvement up their sleeve to the official rating that they're running off. Tip 4 is to consider the trainer's form and history. Many individuals only focus on the horse and the jockey when determining who to bet on, but the track record of the trainer can be equally important, so be sure not to neglect this prior to betting. Tip 5 include other factors often overlooked, which are both the ground type and the distance of the race. These course-related factors are massive when considering which horse is best to back, with certain horses suiting specific ground conditions and distances more than others. These factors are often well studied by keen punters, so there should be plenty of information out there for you to learn prior to betting. Tip 6 is to not leave the betting till too late. Many punters will only bet on their selected races last minute due to indecision. However, the best way to do this is to do your research early and place your bets early, ideally in the morning before the race begins. This is because bookies usually haven't settled their odds for the horses by that point, so armed with the research you need, you may be able to get much better odds doing this. Tip 7 is to consider the fact that there's not just one bookie out there, and actually with a racing event the size of Cheltenham, there's sometimes terrific sign-up offers and welcome bonuses that many bookies can offer new customers around the time of the racing festival. Not only that, but the odds tend to differ from bookie to bookie as well, so being sure to find the bookie with the best odds for your chosen bets is often a great practice too. And finally, for tip 8, always remember that with any horse race betting, you should only bet where you can afford to lose. We hope these informative tips have helped you to understand more about the best ways to bet at Cheltenham, and we hope you enjoy watching the races.